Alright, what's up, y'all? This is the Truth Channel again. Subscribe to my channel if you can. Thank you if you do. I appreciate it a lot, and I appreciate y'all. I wanted to do this video real quick to remind everybody that when I do these videos, I don't do these videos to come at you as a person. I do these videos because I'm coming at your ideas. I'm coming at your philosophies in life. And I'm getting to a point of reality and real life. And, you know, there's so many things that we don't want to admit as human beings and we want to run from. But I don't want to run from my problems no more. I don't want to do that. I want to go face first into this. You know, I don't want to call myself a philosopher. I just want to be somebody that speaks their mind and, you know, speaks up for myself. And that's what I want others to do. I want others to talk about what they talk about and what is on their mind. You know, what are they going through? And you know, see, this is why I understand I probably won't get a lot of subscribers on my channel. And I probably won't get too many views. And like I said before, it's not about that with me. I don't care about that. But the little bit of people that I can reach, excuse me for a second. The little bit of people that I can reach, I'm content with that, you know? Got to get out of this traffic. Give me 1 second. But yeah, when I talk about these ideas and when people talk about they believe in God and, you know, listen, there's still a part of me that's why I'm questioning, because I don't understand. And I want to understand. And knowledge isn't a bad thing. Knowledge is knowing something. And it even says in the Bible with Adam and Eve, which is a total fairy tale in my opinion, but it says, he said that you can have the knowledge of God. I don't know exactly how the verse goes, but I read it, you know, probably 100 times, but I can't remember exactly how it goes. But if you eat of this fruit, you can have the knowledge of God. And then people see knowledge as a bad thing. Like, knowledge is not pride. Pride is completely different than knowledge. Knowledge is when you know something and you can distinguish between this thing and that thing and what to do in a situation that you might be in or what not to do. But listen, I am not, like I said, people have got to get offended sometimes, but I'm not. That is not my purpose doing this. I don't want to offend you as a person. I'm not coming at who you are and what you do. You're going to do what you do regardless of what I say. But I'm not coming at that. I'm coming at your ideas. Your ideas are flawed. They just are. And I could give you so many examples of how your views are flawed. But I really don't want to get into that in this video, because I just did a whole video. If you watch this, watch it. Is God real? I had one brother that watched it so far. And I know I don't have a lot of people on my channel, but that's okay. I don't have to have millions of people or thousands of people, because if I reached everybody, then we wouldn't have a problem now, would we? We would still go through the problems of life, but we would have an acknowledgement of how to make these things, you know, better than what they already are. And they never get to a point where they're so much better, you know? Oh boy, I almost walked in complete mud here. Yeah, so anyway, I wanted to do a quick video before it got dark, and if you hear the traffic in the background, I apologize for that, because I know it's annoying when you hear other sounds in a video. I'm trying to get away from it right now. Oh wow, there goes like an owl or something. I ain't seen too many of them around here. But you know, this really isn't about no topic. It's just, I like discussing things. I like expression. I'm not too much into drama movies. I'm not too much into that anymore. I'm not too much into watching movies and stuff too much anymore for me. If you do, that's fine. But I'm more of a guy where I want to get to knowing that the people that I'm around, you know, we're all comfortable with one another. We all have an idea of what each of us are going through and what you've been through, and talk about it. You know, the way that we're doing it in this world, so many people, it's never gonna get us nowhere at all. It's just not gonna get us nowhere. It's just really not. And even what I do, there's really no point to it. It's just, I like expressing myself. I like explaining things and getting people to ask questions when they're too scared to ask questions. There's no need to be scared. If we can't ask questions, then what is that? If you can't ask a question about something, then you're a slave to that thing. Then you're bound by something. And this is why I told you in my other videos, I will mostly be speaking about this God situation, because it's so big. I mean, for centuries, our ancestors and other people, they have been, look at the Vikings, and look back at the Julius Caesar era about we have to give a sacrifice to the gods. They actually believed this stuff. Like, they actually believed this. And then you could get killed if you didn't believe these things. And that's how nuts it is. Just think if we were still back in those times, in the medieval times, and times like that, I would have been killed. I would have been stoned to death. I would have been, just look how nuts this is. I'd have been stoned to death. I would have been hung. I would have been burnt at a stake for the things that I am saying today. And men and women had to die so that I could speak freely and what's on my mind. People had to die horrible deaths in order for me to speak out of my mouth and to give you a message. Isn't that crazy? Think about it. Just think about it. I just want people, I want to pick at your brain. Not that I'm doing it in any kind of way. I just want to pick at your brain. I want to get you to think. I want to get you to know yourself. And make your own decisions in a more smarter way, you know? Instead of just doing things because everyone else is doing it. Instead of just being what you think that everybody wants you to be. You know, there was a time that I did that. I was showing off for everybody. I was being something. I was being a nutball. I was being something that I didn't want to be, but these feelings and these thoughts and these falsehoods were driving me. It's not that I wasn't being myself, and that sounds contradicting in and of itself right there. It's not that I wasn't being myself, but I was forcing me to be me. You know, if I was down and out, I was like, well, I got to get funny now. I gotta put on a smile. You know, I'm going around these people, so you gotta laugh. You gotta, you know, put your shoulders up, pay attention. You know, look that person in the eye. You know, all of the politically correct stuff that we think that we have to do, and we really don't have to do. There's no reason to do it. And I sound like I'm preaching to people here, and lately I have been on one of these where I'm speaking to everyone. I'm not speaking about myself too much. I'm speaking about everything and everyone. And I'm saying people, and I'm saying things, because it's what all of us are involved with. We're all here. We're all on this planet. We're all on this earth. The only thing that is keeping us different and away from each other is religion, God, spirituality, pride, all these things, war. You thinking you're right about what you believe. You know, these things are keeping us in this way of living that is not healthy. And even though I'm a loner, I don't mess with too many people, I am open to people. I'm open to help people. I'm open to speak with people, and they can express how they're feeling and what they're going through, and I'll listen to them. But when they start talking to me about something that I don't agree with, I'm going to let it be known. And see, most people, right when you don't agree with them, what do they do when they don't agree with you or you're different? They run away. They flee from the problem instead of going into it head first. You know, oh, let's run back to our beliefs. Let's run back to our religion. Let's run back to our families and our so-called friends, and they can just tell us a bunch of stuff, you know. And yes, there is some people that are guiding you to make you better and them better, but most people are not. And it's just the truth of the world. The way that the system's set up and the way that society has indoctrinated us, it just is, folks. But you don't have to be a part of that. You don't have to be a part of that. What do you think that you're missing? What do you think that you're not getting by not having all of that? Let me tell you, you're not missing nothing. I've been there and done it. I been around every group of people. Skateboarders, you know, the jocks in school. I've been around the lonely people. I've been around my family. I've been around a whole bunch of other families. I used to stay at people's houses. I was the guy that was the most social, outgoing person ever. And something changed. Something happened to where after these experiences, and I realized that no matter what I did or how hard I tried, there was no fitting in. There was no getting better. There was none of the things that is pounded in our heads. Pounded. It was not there. It just wasn't there. I never felt as though my friends, you know, and the people I used to hang with, I'd go to their houses and I always felt like the outcast, because I was the outcast. I wasn't a part of their family, but I thought I was. And there's so many kids that are being brought up today, and they are being lied to. They're being indoctrinated, and it pisses me off. It makes me angry. I don't like it. I don't want you to fall into that trap and going through years and years of your life asking questions or not asking questions and just taking everything for what everyone else says and how they're doing it. And then one day you're gonna wake up, not the wake up that everybody talks about. One day you're gonna see something's not right here. Something's not right. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it sooner or later. It's gonna come. There's no way that it can't come, because it comes for everybody at a certain time in their life. It's just that some people ignore it and they say, oh no, that can't be. That can't be. I'm just going to keep trying to fit in. I'm going to keep trying to be a part of this thing. I'm going to keep trying to do what everyone's doing. I'm going to keep trying to be with that group because I believe in that group. It's not going to work. It's not going to work for you. And if I'm hurting your feelings, then your feelings have to be hurt. But it's not going to work because you're working. That's what you're doing. You're working for it. It's not natural. If something doesn't come natural, it will never be. If you don't have a woman friend that you just get along with naturally, then you're going to be forcing yourself to do things and to get along and to be something that you're not. Do you understand that? If you understand that, then you can understand what I mean when I'm saying these things. And I don't know why my video flickers sometimes. I can't figure out why it's doing it. If anybody has feedback on that, why my videos are doing that, I have no idea. So drop me a comment or something. I'm gonna end this video here in a second because I'm fading out here. But you gotta do the things that you like doing, because there's gonna become a time in your life where you're not going to be hanging with the people that you were hanging out with before. You're not going to be doing the things that you held dear to you and that you held on to. You're not going to be doing them things your whole life. It's going to change. Things are going to happen to where you go from here to over here to over here, and then you're going to see that it wasn't like it was before. And this is kind of like a warning in a way. This is kind of like, listen up. I'm telling you that this is what is more than likely going to happen. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. If it does, it does. This is life. This is life. And we don't have so much of it. And when I look at this phone and I look at it and I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself. I'm looking at myself on here and saying, Nate, there ain't much life to do stuff. And things are going to change. People are going to die. You know, I'm not always going to feel the way that I do right now. And that's where the contradiction comes in again. I'm not going to be this. I'm not going to be saying this same exact thing 10 or 20 years from now. I'm always going to be me. I'm always going to be this man in this flesh until my heart stops pumping, until until I get in a car wreck, until something happens to me to where I go and I'm gone. And then I'll be gone. If I can leave some kind of stain or mark on this corrupted, indoctrinated, brainwashed society and us that are in it, then that's okay with me. I just don't think that everything should be the way it is. And the way that things are, it just shouldn't be some of it. Plain and simple, it should not be. Anybody with common sense and understanding and logic and reasoning should know these things. So just don't rush into the things of the world. Just don't rush into them. Because if you rush into them, you're making a bad judgment on stuff most of the time. Because I know I did it thousands of times. Thousands and thousands of times. That's why when I sit here and I talk, I pause most of the time. And you'll see me like doing one of these because I'm choosing my words carefully. I'm choosing the words that I know will get to you because you're a human like me. And I know everyone's not going to like my voice, and, you know, I'm just getting comfortable with myself. I know everyone's not going to like the pitch of my voice. Everyone's not going to like my voice. Everyone's not going to like how I look. Everyone's not going to like that I have a beard and that I'm white and that I have a black hat on and all that. But you know what? That's okay. We got to learn to live with us. Later, y'all.